Yes, we are over halfway through this first season of the Virtual Football League. This file here in Madden 20. You know, if you want to submit a player, do it down in the comments. Just basically the appearance and some of the equipment. What kind of player archetype you want to be, basically, for next season's draft. But yeah, in this video we're just gonna kind of look at everything and update you on what's going on with the league. We're gonna start off with the standings, and there are only 2 undefeated teams left: Mexico City Golden Eagles and the Dublin Shamrocks. Hounds are third, 7-1. The Miners are 7-1. You have 2 7-2 teams: Thunderbirds and the Snowhawks. And several 6-2 teams. And anyone below that doesn't have too good of a shot to make the playoffs, but we're going to go division by division here. The Thunderbirds lead AFC North. They'll have to contest with the Beats for that division champion playoff spot. I think they both have a good chance to make the playoffs. The Beats have lost, I believe, 2 in a row? No, just 1. They're on a 1-game losing streak. I think they've lost the last 2 they've played against other VFL teams. I think the Thunderbirds, they've been pretty good all season. So have the Beats, but the Thunderbirds at times have also looked really bad. Like a couple weeks ago, Pudge Jones threw like 3 or 4 interceptions, and that was one of their 2 losses. And yeah, look at the AFC South. The Golden Eagles, I think, definitely are one of the best teams in the league. Probably are the best team in the league. Corbin Cheese Puffs, Matthew Gleamer, got some really good players. And yeah, they'll have a good chance to make it deep into the playoffs. But the Hounds, they'll also have a chance to do something. I didn't expect them to beat the Beats really at all. No. But they did. I was quite surprised, especially since it was a blowout. But they can definitely, they've got Davison to run the ball, and my player is the quarterback, so they're also pretty good, even though they are only a 68 overall team. Got the Marshals and the Lancers down here. The Marshals have got a shot still. The Lancers, it's going to be tough for them to make it to the postseason. Let's check in on the NFC North. Like I said, the Shamrocks are undefeated. Miners 7-1, Snowhawks 7-2. I believe 2 weeks ago, the Shamrocks, Miners, and Snowhawks, all 3 were undefeated. But the Miners hadn't even played a game against a team in the league. So that's part of the reason for that. A large part. The Snowhawks had won a game before that against a league team. But anyway, this is probably the best division. I think all of these teams are really good, and they're all in the race for that playoff spot. The Flyers, you know, their first game they played against another team in the league, they just absolutely dominated. We just haven't seen that same level of dominance since. So they're gonna have to try to get back to that level of performance if they want to go far in the playoffs. NFC South, probably the weakest division. Desperados on top, 6-2, and there are two other 6-2 teams. And then the Aftershocks, I think they've got the worst record in the league, unfortunately for them. One of these three teams here is going to make the playoffs as the division champion, no matter what, how bad the records are. So you never know, the Aftershocks could pull a miracle out of the air or something, but it's not likely. So yeah, we'll try to do a bit of a playoff picture here. So it'd be the Golden Eagles, the Thunderbirds, the Hounds, and the Marshalls in the playoffs if the season ended today. Of course, you've got the Beats right on the Marshalls' tail, and the same record. Everything just sort of tiebreaker, I guess. NFC, Shamrocks, they would be the 1 seed. And the Miners, they would be a wild card because they're in the same division as the Shamrocks, kind of like the Golden Eagles and the Hounds here. And the Snowhawks also in that conference. So, and the Flyers, they won't be able to make it if they stay behind the Snowhawks, all three of these teams. So it's very likely that 3 playoff teams could come from the NFC North. The Shamrocks, Miners, and Snowhawks. And the Flyers might be able to overtake one of these teams, but like I said, someone from the NFC South is going to make it, and Desperados, Gunners, and Wizards have all got a pretty good chance of getting that spot. So now we're just going to look over stats, and then we'll do the schedules last. Alright. Go to league stats here. Alright, you can see there Jay Rush is the most passing yards out of anyone. I think he's tied for the most touchdowns thrown, yes. Does appear that way. Yeah, he's just a top tier quarterback for the Shamrocks, one of the top teams. He's a big reason that they're one of the top teams. He's got some really good receivers as well. Buckley there, Sam Levy, Mac Zernachos. Just lots of good quarterbacks. Joseph Tallman has struggled. I didn't even see the Black Knights on there. I think they have the worst record. I'll have to go look at that. Matthew Gleamer, right behind Matthew Gleamer. Just lots of talent. And you got your backups and everything. Devin Singletary is the leading rusher, but he's technically not in the league. He's a real player and he plays for the Bills, but the true virtual football league leading rusher is Messi. User submitted player. 730 yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground. And he might even have a receiving touchdown or 2. Chance Davison, number 2 for the Hounds, even though he's a really low overall. the Hounds just have a running scheme. Now they've got a good quarterback too. Alex Wilkinson, Jeffrey Anderson, he's really good, and so is Jeremy Thurman. Gentry is also a top player. Sanchez Lattimore. Lots of good talent. Now let's look at the receiving, where you got Snoop Dogg ahead by almost 100 yards. Just by far the best receiver in the league. 7 touchdowns. Only Flight has more touchdowns there. Flight in June. But no, it's July now. Josh Waviva. He's a rookie receiver, but he was a auto-generated receiver. He's pretty good. And yeah, Ryan Finna, the tight end, is up there. Yeah, but there is that. And for the schedule, I think there are only a couple games this week. And they'll be played on Sunday and Monday. Let's see, where are they? Beats Aviators, that'll be played on Sunday, and the Black Knights at the Gunners, that's the Monday night game. And yeah, that's all for this one. Enjoy the league update. We're halfway through the season, and we'll see you next time.